Hi YouTube. It is Tuesday, August 21st, I think. I'm driving down to Woodside. It is another rainy show vlog. I'm showing again in the 3-6 AOs this week because we're trying to qualify for AO Hunter Finals. And I think I'm also doing the Derby. But yeah, I'm going down to Woodside. Today's ticket day, and I think I'll do some volunteer hours and whatever. I'm going with another barn that's not mine because my barn's going to Del Mar next week. So I'm not really sure what my day is gonna look like, but I'm really excited. There's Joe over there. It's really wet. Hi, it is a lot longer later. It is 8 p.m. I'm doing night check for some horses near me. Obviously not mine, but yeah. Joe was very good today. I didn't really ride or do anything. It was really gross weather. So yeah. He's showing in the performance tomorrow. Not with me. But I will be there and help hack and whatever. Hopefully the weather's better. Hi. It is 6 a.m. I am just leaving my house. Yeah, Joey's showing in the performance today, but I'm hacking him around 7:30-ish. And yeah, so I'm gonna head down that way. It is miserable. I do. I hate these pants. They look like I have a massive rumply crotch, but that is why I'm wearing them on a Thursday. Okay, I'm gonna stick to the voicing over because I did it last vlog and I liked it. This is the handy from the 3-3 performance. Yeah, so we cantered right in, jump one came up great. Then we just did a nice turn through here. I did another round before this, but this video is already long enough, so this is my favorite one. Really cute there. He doesn't really like to land left, but he does a great lead change. And then I wish that I slowed down and had a little bit more connection to the trot jump, but he's a great trot jumper, so it worked out fine. And then this is the only part of the course that I didn't love is this rollback. I wish that I had just closed him on the left side a little bit more and left one out because it just was a little chippy. And then I just snuck inside through here. And then we come up this line and I think he gets a little bit quicker than I'd like him to be. I just wish it wasn't as quick. And then nice and tidy inside here, watching the left drift here. He jumped through it cute. I think that we had a 72, which is just fine because it's an open day, so it's pretty tough competition. And then this was our derby. I spared you guys the 40 seconds of us trotting around. So jump one, we went to the high option, he jumped it great. And then it was like a long approach down to this single oxer, which was fine. He jumped it great. I just wish I got him a little bit closer so he didn't have to work so hard. And then through here, I just kind of tried to reset my pace and my balance because I end up on the forehand. And then to this wall, again, jumped it great. I stepped up in 7, some people did 8, but he has a really big stride, so I just took advantage of that. And then again through here, like you'll see me sit down in the tack and almost slow down a little bit, just because I like to get on a gallop and I let the stride get away from me. Really beautiful through the 2 stride, and then this was where the handy started because it's a hunt and go. So I wish again that I slowed down a little bit more to the trot jump, but it all worked out great. And then we land. I tried to pick up a little bit more pace up to this single oxer high option again. It was fine, it was good. We did a left lead change and stayed inside. And then again, reset my balance through this turn because we had this like sort of bending line, high option down to this oxer in 7. I just wish he didn't come above the bridle there. We landed, did a lead change, and then I was happiest with this part because I let him flow through this turn even when it got a little bit quicker than I wanted it to. He's very easy to rebalance, which is super nice. He jumped the last grade. The judges gave us 2 76s, and honestly I liked it a little bit better than that, but we ended up 9th. Joey was super good. No notes. I'm just helping hack, and he's done for the day. And then we'll just jump the 3-6 AOs this weekend. Joe is standing really weird. I don't think I'm gonna hack him very much, just because he was really quiet the past couple of days, but we're just out for a stroll. This was our first round of the 3-6 AOs. Obviously I know he's not like the world's best hunter, but we are just getting our reps in because I would really like to jump an international on him soon. But jump one was great. And then I like that I stayed in my full seat here because it helped him jump a better jump because we were a little bit deep. His stride has gotten so big and so relaxed. It's really nice. Like he used to kind of get a little bit quick, but now like I feel like I'm going really slow even when I'm not. And then this single oxer came up beautifully. I was really happy that I got him a little bit more to the base. And then by the gate, he was pooping, unfortunately. But it was fine. You know, he knows what to do. And then into this line, it came up perfectly. He's really jumping well. And then I left him a good amount of room here, and he's just so cute. And then just rebalancing myself again and making myself like sit down and relax. And then a little bit deeper into the 2 stride than I wanted, but he jumped out great. I believe we had a 74. And then here's our second round. Jump one was great. Just lifted and did a lead change. It was also like raining at this point, so it was freezing, but he was perfect. And then into this line, again, beautiful. Just stepping up because it's the first line, and he even lands left out, which is great. We try to practice that as much as we can just to get him like a little bit more even on both sides. Here, I wish I took off my leg a little bit more to leave him more room into the 2 stride again. And then we just came around, again, making myself sit back down and like lift the balance. Into this line, I wish I wasn't as deep as I was. But but that's kind of like my error in stepping up right now, like into the 3/6, is sometimes I end up a little bit closer than I would like to be. And then back to the single oxer, which again came up great, and he lands left. I believe we had like a 76, which I like the other round better, but he was still great. Good boy, Joe. Hi, YouTube. Good morning. If I look really greasy, it's because I just put on chapstick and sunscreen, so ignore that. It's Sunday morning. It's like 7:30. I am packed and about to leave for the day. I don't show until like 4 today. It'll probably end up being like 4:30 because, at the earliest, because everything runs late. And I wish that they didn't put the AOs at the end of the day because there's only 6 of us. So we could do it really quickly, and there's 32 rounds of the junior hunters that they're running first. But I'm not a show manager, so it's fine. I'm gonna go to the show and hack a couple horses as well as my horse, but I think I'll do him later in the day. And he shouldn't need too much because he's been really quiet this week, and obviously it's Sunday, so yeah. I'm probably just gonna do some more volunteer stuff and hack and watch until I show. Then I'm gonna show, and then I'm gonna go home. And then I'm gonna do night check, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I'm really tired because I had to get up early a lot of days this week, but it's okay. I will see you guys at the show. This was the first round of our AOs this day. Retrospect, should have hacked him for longer. It was like 5 p.m. though, so he was still good. But like we landed off the first jump and he wanted to play, which is fine, off the first jump. But when he gets fresh, we both just get a little bit tense, and he wasn't really fresh. I should have just ridden him harder in the morning. And then, whoa, way too big. Yeah, should not have done that. I should have stayed out for one more stride and done one more. But that is my problem. When I make a mistake, that's my problem, is that I let him fall left and I run. And then into this line a little bit deep, and he just carries me past it because he's that little bit fresh. Granted, he's jumping really well when he's fresh, but it's okay. And then through here, it was great into the line. Again, this is my mistake. He does a lead change halfway through the line. Still jumps the line great, but that's kind of a major issue when we're jumping the 3/6. And then down to this 2 stride, he just gets a little bit quick and pulls me past it. And then it, yeah, looks like he wants to buck me off. He doesn't. He's just a little fresh. After that round, I just went and galloped him in the warm-up until I went again, and he was totally fine after that. So this was our handy jump 1. Not great. Just a little bit too deep. And yeah, so then I came around and slipped inside. This was probably one of the parts of the weekend I was the happiest with. He jumped great there. I sat down, I rebalanced, and then through this rollback, I was actually patient, and he still jumped it great, even though we got to the base. So that was a really good ride for me. And then same thing here to the 2 stride. You can see he just doesn't take me past the distance this time, and he's so much softer in the 2 stride. Like, he's really easy to get quiet, which is nice. but when he has an engine, then I have an engine, and we just like go faster. To this oxer, again, a little bit long, but it didn't look half as bad as the last one. And then we had a trot jump at the top of the ring. Usually I would trot a lot later, but like since he was a little bit fresh, a little bit tense, and it's 5 p.m., I decided to trot a little early. We can do a better trot jump than that. Like we can get to the base, and then he starts to kind of pull against me. But we rebalance, we put it all back together, and then I could have done one more to this last jump, but he jumped it great. So I think we had like a 77, and in the other round we had like a 74. I don't know. He was great. Hi YouTube, it is just about 8 o'clock and I am en route home. I just finished night check because I got home. I haven't made it home, but I got back in the area late enough where I just knew that if I go home, then it's gonna be really hard to get myself out of bed again. I am super happy with this week. We didn't really get like some of the scores that I wanted, but like whatever. Like, he is an equitation horse, and the judges didn't like him as a hunter this week, and that is just fine because I'm just really happy with our rounds. I felt like they were really consistent all week. I did not miss or mess up on any horse all week, in the warm-ups, in the ring, anything. So for me, that is amazing. Today he was a little bit fresher than I wanted him to be, but I also showed it like 4:30, so I can't really blame him for that. But yeah, we are back in the EC next week. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna make this into one vlog of both weeks or 2 separate vlogs, one of each week. But yeah, I'm gonna do the EC again next week. I'm just trying to like get comfortable and consistent in the 3-6 because I would really like to jump an international on him this summer. So I am very pleased with this weekend. And goodbye for now. Thank you for watching.